The Royal British Navy has resumed marine surveillance and disaster relief services in waters around the BVI and the Caribbean with the arrival of HMS Lancaster, manned by 192 crew under the command of Steve Morehouse. Speaking to JTV News during a tour of the ship on Tuesday, July 2nd, Commander Morehouse said the presence of vessel in the region is meant to provide reassurance and security for British overseas territories as well as undertake a range of other tasks. These include the provision of humanitarian aid and disaster relief during the core hurricane season and counter-narcotic operations with partner nations.
We're visiting all 6 overseas territories, and one of the main purposes is to get a good feel for how we could come back and help and support in the event of a hurricane. Hopefully it will never happen, but really we're very much at the beck and call of the island. Depending on what damage has occurred will drive exactly what it is we do. We're very much like a small village community. We can offer a little bit of all sorts. I have medical personnel, electricians, logisticians who can cater for people, account for people, search and rescue. I'm sure the helicopter will be a huge asset to the island and just providing that eye in the sky to assess exactly what damage has occurred. So really, depending on what has happened and what the island need from us, we'll try and respond as quickly as possible.
Among its crew of 192, the HMS Lancaster has 12 Caribbean nationals. We caught up with 2 of those officers, Captain Leading Steward Glenroy Peters from St. Vincent and Leading Steward Richard Harrington from Trinidad and Tobago. Peters says he has already served for 10 years in the Navy and spoke of his satisfaction on becoming a naval officer.
As a career option is something that I would advise any young aspiring adult, male or female, because it's a better way of looking out for yourself and your family if you've got the aspirations and if that's what you want to do. For me personally, it's the best decision I've made in my 41 years. The only regrets I have is that I never had the opportunity to do it before.
I never really traveled out to the Caribbean, so it was my first biggest trip. Interaction with the basically British public has been way different than I assumed it would have been. And in terms of aspirations, I've done more here than I could have done back home, really.
The Royal Navy has an enviable reputation for providing humanitarian assistance and aid around the world. Its well-trained and equipped ships and personnel can be on hand to help the 6 British overseas territories in the Caribbean at short notice should a hurricane strike. In recent years, the Royal Navy has been called upon to provide humanitarian assistance in Haiti, Belize, Cayman Islands, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and Turks and Caicos Islands. The Navy also places its focus on combating narco-trafficking activities in the Caribbean with assistance from the U.S. Coast Guard to intercept drug runners.
Key maritime task is the security and assurance of the overseas territories, and that's very much why we're here. Our presence in the region helps to achieve that. We don't necessarily have to be alongside. Being out on the sea, policing it against any illegal activity, it underpins that safety and security. And for the next 6 months, that's going to be very much at the forefront of Lancaster's business.
Commander Morehouse says his crew will meet with the various emergency services in the BVI, such as the BVI Marine Police, VISAR, and the Department of Disaster Management. They have also played a cricket match at the Greenland Field, along with a rugby match and other social activities during their stay in the territory. The Royal Navy patrols the North Atlantic and Caribbean, South Atlantic, Mediterranean Sea, Indian Ocean, and the Arabian Gulf, as well as UK waters. The HMS Lancaster joins the Navy supply ship RFA Wave Knight, currently in Trinidad and Tobago, and will remain in the region until November.